Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming and today's video is sponsored by Dragonheir Silent Gods. Now, Dragonheir Silent Gods is back. There's lots of amazing things to go over and we're gonna touch on everything on today's video. But if you want to start playing Dragonheir today, or if you're coming back to Dragonheir, there's gonna be a link in the description and pinned comment of this video that you should be clicking to, support me as a content creator and pretty much start your journey again. And there's a lot to go through, right? I'm gonna try and cover as much as I can in this video. Now, the extra good news is the fact that the game is back in the US as well. Yep, you heard that right. It's back in the US. It's just going to be under a different name. It's going to be known globally still as Dragonheir Silent Gods, but for the United States, it's going to be known as Dragonstride Legacy Reborn for Google Play and for iOS, but it's all still going to be Dragonheir Silent Gods on Steam. So make sure you check that one out, but I might not be able to cover everything because there's a million things. As you can see in the background, there's a lot happening, and I'm personally really excited and really thankful for Dragonheir for sponsoring this video because you know what? Dragonheir Silent Gods was always my all-time favorite gacha game, right? So from games in this genre, it's definitely been my favorite. So I'm happy that it's back and it looks amazing. So I guess let's just go over some of the things that are happening, right? Some of the things that we can do in Dragonheir now, especially for somebody that's returning, right? Like let's go over a few things that you can do to sort of like power start your journey. So one of the first thing that has been happening is a pre-summon event, kind of like we had the web event before, where it's going to be, on their official website. You go over there and you get to this page, you log in, and then you can see the quest, right? You have several quests over here and they give you specific summons. So you claim all of these summons, and then when you go back over here, you can do your summons. Once you do your summons, you're going to be able to look at the polls that you already had, and you can be like, okay, lock this one in, lock that one in, and you can get yourself something like this. For example, boom, I got myself Casper. I'm going to be locking that in to give myself a Casper as I didn't have one. Then after you've done it, you can click generate prophecy code, and you can take this code and put it in game once the game relaunches. And by the time this video is out, the game should be relaunched. So this should be a perfect way to do it, right? This should be a perfect start to do it. Not only that, there's also the account appraisal where you can get yourself a ton of rewards by being a returning player, or even if you're a new player. Now, when we're talking about the account appraisal, they should be able to go in there and log in with your previously used details, right? If you did have before an account that you still had lots of resources, you can go over here and they're gonna give you a ton of Wyrmarrow as a compensation, right? I'm gonna have a link to this page in the description, pinned comment as well, so make sure you come do this. And if you join an adventure team, you can get even more. Just throws a ton of resources at you. For example, if you're somebody that's a new player, there's another version where you can click and you can introduce some screenshots from other games, and based on that, they're still gonna give you a ton of more resources. Now, I'm currently on a test server, and honestly, it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff happening. It is a little bit overwhelming with having everything unlocked, but obviously, as a new player, once we start playing again, you're gonna gradually unlock everything, but there's a ton of things happening. There's a ton of stuff happening. So, honestly, the first thing that's really amazing, if we go and check the daily logins, just straight up, for 7 days, you're gonna be getting yourself, a few rewards over here. Then, look at this, 10 healer lights at the end. Day 2, we're gonna be getting ourselves a new legendary, right? We're gonna get ourselves I forgot her name. Let me just pull her up because she's one of the new summoners, right? I'm not gonna go through all of the kit right now because there's so much going on, trying to show you as much as possible, but La Delia is gonna be the one that we get. I mean, they obviously knock it out of the park with their visuals as always. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. She's a free legendary that we get for day 2, and that's not all. There's so much more that we can get that it's gonna be blowing your mind, right? Let's go and check the next thing, because we're gonna be getting some more summons every single day. So let's go back over here. So 7-day login, you got these rewards. Then if you go to daily check-in, day 2, you get Garius, one of the best tanks in the game. They give out for free day 2. So if you didn't have Garius before, definitely worth definitely it's gonna be exciting for you to be getting this one. Then there's a lot more things, like for example over here you're gonna see that there's a heroic journey that give us a ton of things. If you just do goblins there too, you get get what's her name, Sigrid, which again, one of the best rares in the game. Then if you clear Grave of Venom, you get Vidimir, Gladiator Arena, 3 battles, you get yourself Estella, Vorash if you clear Grave of Curse. Like, it just gives us everything, right? It's the perfect power start. Then over here, right towards the end, we get ourselves these legendaries, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, they're all amazing. Thorin, I personally don't have. He's gonna be God tier. He's an amazing healer, for especially for, you know, for the necrosis element. Then we also get ourselves Urion, really good tank, and then we get ourselves Vinyara, which, you know what, Vinyara is a massive, you know, she can completely push your account within every single content. So we got that one. If we go over to the summons, like, I'm gonna talk about the summons, but if we check over here just behind me, right, let me show you over there, right, you click this one and you see that pretty much for the first 7 days you're gonna be getting 2 free hero lights every single day. Then you also get discounted Wyrmarrow that you can buy with discarded hero lights that you can buy with Wyrmarrow. But then there's also this one, amazing packs. So there's so much going on, it's insane. If we're over here on the summon screen, let's talk about the summons. They kind of changed a little bit the way that the summon system works. A hero light does not cost 350 anymore, it costs 100. Payday is not 35, but it goes up to what's it called? It's not 35, it goes up to 70. However, you are guaranteed to get the legendary like almost 50% faster, right? Because the price is so much lower. Not only that, look at this over here, right? You see on this side, if you do summons on this banner, if you hit 300, you can choose one of these legendaries. Right now, it's not gonna be, maybe it's not gonna be exactly this banner on you know, global, but as far as from what I've heard, they kind of like switch it every week or every 2 weeks, and you always hit 300, you're guaranteed to choose one of these. Like, I'm gonna love it because I'm gonna personally be going for Flora, right? Don't have Flora, she's gonna be amazing for season 1 for the synergies, for the pairing of the elements, and it's awesome. It just looks so much better, right? Every single band you see over here, at the end you can choose to select whichever one that you want. The summoning animation looks a little bit different, I guess. You know, let's do a little temple so you see how beautiful. It's still good, right? I love it. There's still a way you can tell there's the legendary, right? If you remember before, the little sparkle that happens, it's you know, it's still there, just slightly less to see, but everything's looking so good. Like, everything that they give us, it's mind-blowing. If we go over here at the end, over here, the Walker's Trail, right? Lots of quests that you can do, and then it keeps going for the Walker's Trail. This is the one that we had before, and there is a ton of rewards that you can buy for, again, $10. It's like, you know, it's definitely worth it. These things are cheap and they give us a ton of stuff. You will 100% want to go ahead and buy those. Now, since we're talking about buying, they obviously, you know, did not have as many packs before. Now they give us a ton of things. They've changed the way that some of these monthly deals look, but come on, 70 hero lights for $10 over 30 days. That's insane. Also gives us more gold, right? The big gold boost. Then you have the Wyrmarrow one as well. But check this one out, Meander Tracker. Look at how much stuff you can get over here. Like, this is just insane, right? This is just, oh my god, it gives you so much stuff. And again, this one's like $20, but still you get a ton of summons, ton of Wyrmarrow, just lots of amazing rewards. They did such a better job, right, with this one. Look at this, $1 and you get yourself 10 hero lights for $1. They seriously outdid themselves. They finally, you know, they reworked a little bit the shop and the way that the payment stuff looks like, and it's so much better, right? Now let's look at the visuals. Like, oh my god, they introduced some pets. Look at how insane this colossal spider looks. They introduced so many other things, so many cool things. It's just, they seriously outdid themselves, right? They really did outdid themselves, and they're doing an amazing job. Like I said, there we go. Hero Light just cost 100 Wyrmarrow. It's mind-blowing. It's so crazy what they did. Now let's check about the development, right? We used to have to farm a ton of Goblin Slayer to level up our heroes, but now they changed it, right? Now we have the resonance level. So pretty much you farm Goblin, then you click over here, resonance level, and then you upgrade. right? And you're gonna see everybody goes up a level. You don't have to go and level up somebody individually. This is a massive quality of life feature, right? It's like you just level these up and boom, everybody's the same level. You see my Flora's level 14. Let me just randomly scroll to the bottom. Talwar's level 14. Epic's level 14. Everybody's the same, right? This is such a massive quality of life. It just makes it so much easier to focus on testing builds, testing teams, farming stuff. It's just so much better. They also reworked the dungeon system, right? The way that we have the dungeons now, they're a little bit different and it still looks pretty cool. Let's jump over to for example, let's go over to the Grave of Venom so we can see exactly how it is. Let me get myself there. Okay, so if you jump over in the Grave of Venom, you're gonna see that the rewards are going to be different, right? And then there are up to 20 stages. I really love this, right? There's so many more stages. Getting up to 20 is better than just having 6, 7, 9, 12, whatever it was before. So much more, because obviously the higher you get, the more rewards you're going to be getting yourself. We still have the lineup recommendation over here that shows us, but it's so good. It just, everything feels so much better. There's lots of other features, magic chest, furnace. Like, I'm not going to be going over everything in here. It's still, we still have the UTR event that's going to be happening, but there is so much happening. There's new content for the alliances. There's going to be new content for alliances, right? There's going to be still the PvP aspect, but then there's going to be some alliance versus PvE that's going to be going on in the game, which again just makes it be more worth it to be in an alliance, and it's going to be so much more fun to do everything with your alliance. They also did some improvements for the temporal vortex. For example, if you go over here, we're gonna check the damage rewards give us so much more, right? Now they also give us master page, right? It does give us some fragments towards getting ourselves more scrolls, right? It used to be a little bit difficult to get scrolls for everybody, but now we get them from here as well. Also ranking rewards, they are better. You also get a fancy title, but if you manage to be on the top ones, you can get yourself soul fragments for Berengar, which is a pretty powerful legendary. This is just one of the things that they've introduced. Now I'm going to be going over a few more things that they've introduced in the game, like new boss system for team synergy. Team synergy is taken to a new level with the bond system by getting yourself some different stats, combat, quality of life tools, new improved gameplay modes, fresh core game modes such as the Infinite Realm, a roguelike game mode offering endless replayability and evolving challenges, Ancestral Ruins, difficulty scale PvE designed to support players from early to mid game while offering tons of growth, resources, Cosmic Expedition, a creative mode where every hero can shine, giving life to underused or underrated units, which most of the time we see that, right? You keep going on with your legendaries and other ones not used, well, that's gonna change it. Planar Expedition, the allowance mode that I was talking about, a new guild versus environment mode, focused on team strategy and cooperative play, routine task reduction, the commission system has been removed, the one that required us to level up and do 2 of those every single day, and it kind of got us lucked. That has been removed. Dungeons have been upgraded. The Fey Meander has been reworked. Now has an auto climb feature. The more you do it, the better rewards you get. There's also fewer chores, right? No more tedious dailies removed, such as journey quests, auto pathing and note skipping added as well, right? You just click on it, it just goes on its own over there. But there is so much more going on, right? It's just going to be impossible for me to cover absolutely everything. However, keep an eye on my channel as I will be playing Dragonheir again. I'm going to be posting content daily, so you can experience all the gameplay, everything that's happening, and check out guides from me every single day by being subscribed to my channel. And I guess, yeah, this is a good spot to leave it. So what are you waiting for? Join me again in Dragonheir Silent Gods, or if you're in the US, it's called Dragonstride Legacy Reborn. Again, if you want to support me as a content creator and you want to come back to the game, there's going to be a link in the description and pinned comment of this video that you can click to download the game today. And yeah, thank you Dragonheir Silent Gods for sponsoring today's video, and I'm looking forward to this new journey because it looks amazing and I'm personally really excited. I hope you guys feel the same, and yeah, I guess we're gonna leave it at this. Thank you for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye guys.